Hello, party people. Courtesy of Mayo Clinic, I think that's how you pronounce it, .org. Agoraphobia is a type of anxiety disorder. Agoraphobia involves fearing and avoiding places or situations that might cause panic and feelings of being trapped, helpless, or embarrassed. You may feel an actual or upcoming situation. For example, you may fear using public transportation, being in open or enclosed spaces, standing in line, or being in a crowd. The anxiety is caused by fear that there's no easy way to escape or get help if the anxiety gets overwhelming. You may avoid situations because of fears such as getting lost, falling, or having diarrhea and not being able to get to the bathroom. Most people who have agoraphobia develop it after having one or more panic attacks, causing them to worry about having another attack. They then avoid the places where it might happen again. Agoraphobia often results in having a hard time feeling safe in any public space, especially where crowds gather and in locations that are not familiar. You may feel that you need a companion, such as a family member or friend, to go with you to public places. The fear can be so overwhelming that you may feel you can't leave your home. Agoraphobia treatment can be challenging because it means confronting your fears. With proper treatment, usually a form of therapy called cognitive behavioral therapy and medicines, you can escape the trap of agoraphobia and live a more enjoyable life. I don't know what to say about that. Something I remember, I made a video about this like near Christmas time, like I don't know, a year, 2 years, I don't fucking know ago, and I was in the car with my most recent ex, who I was in the car with in one of my ex's cars. So we're talking about two different exes here. Just to clarify that. I was we were on the highway. I was driving her home, and she we drove by a car accident, and I think there were fire trucks and the police like making a barrier around it in case I assume in case it exploded. Because that can't happen, can it? The car was on fire. And for those of you that know, when I moved to Vegas for the two and a half years I don't remember. My car burned down, and it wasn't so much the material and costly things I lost. It was a lot of memories. And I remember talking about this in a video. One of my college friends said I should think of this as like a rebirth, like a phoenix rising from its ashes. It did not feel that way. So this someone told me it might have been anxiety or something. I'm not sure, but it didn't really impede my life. There's nothing that like made it impossible for me to go outside, and I went outside a lot in Vegas, and outside went inside somewhere else, but yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I haven't been diagnosed with anything, but I'm not exactly sure when this started. I feel like it was a rising culmination of things. A lot of things that I thought I was in control over, but apparently I was not. Like personally, I feel like there's nothing I can do about it, Because if I really have to be somewhere, I'll be somewhere. But I don't think things have changed, and I've gotten older. I think part of getting old is realizing that you can't be partying all the time, and like a major stem of this phobia. Well, it's not the entire thing, but it's not like I'm blaming it on it either. As most of you may know, I had the funds, the time, and the money to, get the fuck out of here. But even if it was only for a few years, like Vegas, uh, it would be a different life experience, and no matter where I went, I think it would have been good for me. I think it would have been a change, like in my opinion, a change for the better. But I was asked, more so told, there are people, let's call them that, who need or may need my assistance, and I really wasn't expecting that. And the way it made it sound was that something was gonna happen, and like when in reality it was just a fear or something that would happen. Not my fear, but let's call it someone else's. So they asked me to stay and personally to take care of people who I feel are not my responsibility. To just deny someone's freedom, I don't know, it just blows my mind. It's like, I don't want to call it selfish, because like if anything it would be me being selfish. But like I feel like I'm not being considered. I feel like I'm not doing enough. Not necessarily to take care of my family, but like I'm too important to be here, or, be out of here rather. And it's a weird feeling, because this was never the case before, and it's just so, for lack of a better term, it's just so wrong to deny someone that, and it's not really fair. I think personally it's asking too much, and the problem is that, what the fuck am I supposed to say? Can I just say no? I guess let me just throw a situation out there, guys, and you let me know if it's just me or it's anyone else's problem. So in July 2024, so this upcoming July next year, whatever, I will be 40 years old. I know it's hard to believe. I'll be 40 years old, and I will be living with my parents, doing whatever fuck I'm supposed to be doing in this household. Because I'll tell you right now, I really don't take care of anyone, so I don't see why I need to in the next few years. Does someone know something I don't know? I don't. But no, I won't have my more lucrative job anymore. I'm still at the per diem job, and it's just not enough right now with just the behavioral healthcare clinic. I mean, who gets involved in nonprofit to make a profit? Who does that? Someone's got to pay you. Just saying. It's I don't want to say it's embarrassing, but like I'm not exactly in a favorable situation. That's personally why I'm not in a rush, or I don't feel the need to rush. And that's also why I have, or seem to be a good fit for the theory that I have some form of agoraphobia. Um, I don't know what to make of it. So let me ask you this: what's the next play? What's the next step? Like, I'm living somewhere that I don't want to live in, and I if we're talking about agoraphobic tendencies, it's the same reason I go to the gym at 5 a.m. The same reason I shop at odd hours at ShopRite, the local supermarket. And I don't really have. I don't want to say I don't have control of it, but it's almost like I don't want to have control of it because I see nothing wrong with my life given the circumstances. Now, if I was living somewhere else, I feel like I would not be agoraphobic. Maybe a little bit to an extent, but it definitely wouldn't be like this. And because I'd want to go around and explore and stuff. I feel like I've explored this entire fucking city. Like, it wasn't my whole life, but it was a good majority of my life. And I'm kind of getting bored. I'm getting bored with this whole fucking state, man. And like, to ask me to stay here is, I just like this. This is making me a bad person for saying this. That it's asking too much. It's not right. I don't want to seem like I'm blaming anything on that, but for the most part, this isn't something I signed up for. And I thought this was going to be temporary, especially after the pandemic. And it has become semi-permanent. If someone was disabled to the point where they didn't have motor skills, that'd be different. But as far as I know, people are still eating and shitting. So like what's the problem here? And it's just it's just bizarre. And I need to grow to accept it because I can't say no. You guys realize that, right? If I say no, I would truly become the black sheep. But I'm a little closer there, maybe half black, half white. With the I saw a picture of that a sheep, a goat or something, with black and white fur. Is that what you call it? Is it fur? Is it hair? I don't know. Um, it's in terms of the Chinese generation. I don't really have a choice. Um, it will look really. It would be a really bad look if I just up and left. So it's like I have to be miserable for other people's peace of mind. My only question is, who's considering my peace of mind? I think the answer to that is clearly no one. And I keep going over this in my head. It's not fair. Because, like, in terms of the dating scene, for example, what's the next play? What's the next step? Hmm? Am I... A lot of people tell me, well, don't tell them everything about your life when you meet them or start talking to them. They're gonna find out eventually. That's all I'm saying. And it's like, I'd rather get it out of the way than hide it like some deep dark secret. I mean, it's like, who the fuck are you to tell me how to run my life? And it'd be different if you shared some of the commonalities in my life, but you don't. You have a better life. Whether you believe it or not, you have a better life. And I don't think people in general are in the right position to criticize my choices or lack of choices in certain matters. So I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe this is all my disagreements. This is all my insecurities. I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing. I know it's not my fault. I mean, it's not necessarily anyone's fault. It's that it feels like I'm basically being told I don't deserve my freedom right now, quote unquote. So when something happens, it'll be okay if I move away. I mean, in that situation, I feel like all I'm doing is waiting. I'm waiting for something bad to happen. And then supposedly I will be needed. It's agoraphobia, huh? Agoraphobia, okay. I just don't get it. On a certain level, I understand why I'm being asked to stay here. But on another level, it's like, so you're telling me other people that I live with in this household are more important than me? They're more important than my happiness? I guess I'm outnumbered. I don't know. So maybe that's what it comes down to, is a quantity thing. It's just so when I was driving by that burning car, right, I think I started to have some flashbacks. And I wasn't sure I could keep driving, so I asked my ex if she would be able to drive. And she asked me why would you ask that? And I said, I just told her I thought I was seeing flashbacks of what happened. And she was concerned, obviously, but I think later on she realized I sort of had a form of PTSD. I was never diagnosed, but whether it's agoraphobia or PTSD, does it really matter? Does it matter what label you put on it? I asked this several times during this video, what's the next play? And it's not that I don't know, it's that I know there's nothing there. I mean, it's I wish there was an easy answer to this, but you always hear about, especially Americanized parents, they always want to get the kids out of the house, get them to move on and live their own lives. And I'm being asked the exact opposite, which is really weird to me. I don't know. I don't have a solution to this one, and I don't think there is. I think the resolution is I'm just waiting for something to happen, because eventually, due to people having lifespans, there will be something that happens. So that's all I got. Like, I don't know what else to say about this whole thing, but what am I at the bottom of the totem pole? I feel like I am here. I feel like I'm at the bottom of the totem pole, yet I'm arguably important from that bottom position. I mean, that sounded kind of bad, but anyway, I I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for solutions or think ways to deal with this. I mean, do I have outlets? Yes, I do, but are they gonna work forever? No, probably not. Eventually, I'll tire of them, and every one of my outlets would just become and feel like work in the negative sense. Because I ain't getting paid for this shit. You guys think my thousands of views that I'm getting paid for this shit? Alright guys, I'll probably go to the supermarket in a few minutes. It's like 7 a.m. where I'm at right now. You can see the sun coming out the back window over there. I should probably take care of this room and clean it up a little something. I think it looks pretty clean personally. I mean, you can see some stuff on the coffee table, but I'll take care of it. Alright guys, when I say take care of yourselves and each other, am I talking about myself too? Because sometimes it doesn't feel like I am. So take care of yourselves and each other.